Hey, Knut Berger, how are you, buddy? So just getting going. I think what I have here is the penultimate version of the amp. We're good. Might need just a tiny bit of revoicing now that we got the new power transformer in, but we'll talk about how important even a power transformer is to voicing an amp. It's so important. I consider it the third most important part of voicing an amp. And probably the most, number one, as far as being crucial. So we went through a lot of different power transformers on this amp. And I think we have arrived at something that works. So I go over to a little more dirty. Here it's got some grunt to it that it didn't have. Hey, Ben Silverman, how are you? Happy Thanksgiving too for you guys. I missed you last week or the week before, whenever it was. Hell, I don't know. Just a good rock and roll amp at low power. Only I'm using no amp sound, only the mic. Really? Again? Okay, hold on a second. Let's go into audio. All right. How about now? Is that there? Really? There's no son of a gun. Here we go again. Well, trust me, it sounds great. Son of a bitch. There's nothing else to change. There's only one thing they added here. Stereo audio. You know what? Hang on. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to probably jump out and jump back in and see if it works. But let me try one more thing here. I can hear it on the headphones. Okay. How about now? Oh, you can hear it on my headphones, yeah. Nothing? I will be damned. Oh my goodness. Let's try. Nope. Son of a gun. I can't believe this. You know what I got to do? I think I got to restart. Sometimes, son of a bitch. All right, so I'm not going to log out. I'm just going to restart. Please stay here. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back, but my machine has to punt. And I'll come back and we'll try it. If not, we're just going to have a talk show today, which is fine also. So I'm really sorry. Such craziness. I'm going to hit the restart button now, but I'm not logging out. So the stream will just go black for a minute and I'll be back. See you in a second. Son of a bitch, motherfucker, cocksucker, son of a Okay. How are we doing now? This guitar sounds great. I want you to hear it. I'm getting the best humbucker tone out of this. Hey, Scotty, you hearing any guitar now? Voice left, amp right. Okay, now let me play with the thing here again, back in the settings. Okay, now. How about that? Hey, Scott Leslie, how you been, buddy? How about that? I'm getting the sweetest mellow humbucker tone right now. Thanks for sticking it out, man. StreamYard is a moving target for sure. These are the exact same settings I had when I started. Thank you. This is the 6L6 Proto. I'm running at like 18, 19 watts right now with a pair of 6L6s. And I can go down to 3 watts. Let's go back up though. Eventually we can do it at full power, you know, when you're running at like 45, 50 watts. But just for the prototype, without having to cut a whole bunch of switches into this amp, I just want to run it at low power. So if I go over here a little dirtier, let's go over here. There's a little bit of overlap on the lesser gain side of the dirty side versus the high gain side. It needs a little bit of voicing now that I got this new power transformer in there. Throw a little clon over the top. Or a little rat pedal over the top. Anyway, it's getting there. So what we did, let me tell you what's happening here. As you guys have bared with me for all these months now, we went through a whole lot of, man, my nut's grabbing so bad. Through a whole lot of power transformers. And a lot of people take power transformers for granted. Because they can be expensive. So people rationalize why it's okay to use cheap shit power transformers. This one is loosely based off the power transformer that's in a train rack, actually. I don't know, me, that sounds pretty good. I'm using my Ron Ellis humbuckers, you know, which are pretty low output. I think my neck pickup is 6.8K. My bridge pickup, I think, is 7.4. But now what's happening, because I have all this current to play with, I'm flooding these tubes with current. I get that that big quacky. Can you hear that little quack? I don't know if it's coming through over the internet. In my headphones, I hear this quonk, quonk, quonk. And these are little subtleties that you can chase forever if you're in the mood to do it. But one little factor like this makes an amp sound so much better. And it's just friendly when you're playing rock and roll, you know. anyway, you get the idea. Let me see if I can get a little more out from my headphones without it squealing. Man, my wrinkled t-shirt. I just took a big heavy sweater off, and I'm looking like a little kid in elementary school. You're not hearing the quack. Well, probably not coming through on the internet. You don't hear it right there. In my headphones, I'm hearing it very clearly, and through a speaker cabinet, you hear it really well. It's really close. I think we just got to do a tiny bit of voicing on it. So I think it's the internet, Scott. It's not you. I don't know what kind of speakers you're listening on to. If you're listening on your phone, you're probably not going to hear it. Maybe if you're wearing nice earbuds on your Bluetooth speaker, yeah, a little bit. It's there. Trust me. There's also like a big, heavy compression algorithm that is between you and I. Early Joe Walsh. Yeah. Yeah, maybe Scott. I don't know. There's a lot of mishmash between you and I. I know what you're hearing is not what I'm hearing here. What I need to start doing is making full-fledged recordings with this and then sharing them afterwards, so you can get the better idea. Which I'll start doing as I think it's ready for market, which is soon. So there's going to be a little delay. I hate to break bad news to you. I went to the eye doctor this morning. I don't know if you remember a year ago, I had to have a retina surgery on this eye. I had a detached retina. Guess what? This one does now too. It's not nearly as bad as last year. Last year I was off the radar for 8 weeks. I think for this time I'm going to be off the radar for 3 weeks. So the good news is I don't have any more eyes to fix. And I'm going to have eagle eye 12-year-old vision in both eyes now, because this eye that they fixed, literally I feel like Steve Austin. You know? Only old guys get that. Yeah, old guys explain it to the young guys who Steve Austin is. So I have to have that done on Tuesday. No waiting. He said he would have done it today if he could schedule. Oh, David Royer is calling me here. Hang on a second. Yeah, it's just going to have to vibrate. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get back to David. Thanks, Ben. Guessing price point and wattage. I don't know on price point. You know, here's the thing. I got to be honest with you. You know, I did a license deal. Remember when I did the license deal with ETI Sound Systems, boutique audio distribution, right? You know, they do Friedman and Morgan and all that stuff. Things have doubled since then. I don't think the retail price is going to have to double. I know ways I can save money, but I'm going to do this with a printed circuit board. It's not going to be hand wired. That's going to save some money. It doesn't save as much as you would think because the components still cost money, right? Transformers still cost. However, I'm using Pacific transformers now, And this one was made here in Orange County at their shop. They have another shop in Mexico just over the border. And there's the exact same materials, the exact same machines, exact same everything. Only they cost 20 to 25% less. So that's going to help. Doing the printed circuit board is going to save me a few hours of labor. Not, say, on an amp that would be 9 to 12 hours of labor. It's going to be 6 to 8. So that helps. Have you considered giving them away for free? Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to give these away for free. Trust me, I have a lottery ticket in my pocket if it happens. Amps for everybody. So anyway, so my best guess, if I can build this efficiently, that retail price is going to be around $2,500. The wattage on this right now is 20 and 3. And it sounds great. I can bop it down to 3 watts here and we can jump up the gain on my interface. So here we are right now, right? Let's go down to 3 watts. I think I can keep it under 3,000. Let me go over here to my interface and boost the gain up on this so you can hear how good it sounds at 3 watts. Darn it, where is it? Apogee. Come on, buddy. All right. All right. So doesn't really sound any different, does it? I ran the gain up on this a lot. So you get the idea. I'm shooting for around 20, but don't quote me on that, Ben. Yeah, if it were hand wired, yeah, we're at 3 watts right now. So what? 3 watts is plenty. Like if you're playing at home, you want to jam with your buddies and, you know, whatever, out in the garage or in the basement. It's great. You want to play coffee house things, small club gigs. 3 watts is plenty. As long as it sounds right, you know. So if I go over here. So you get the idea. I think I can definitely keep it under 3,000. It could be the way the power works in that amp to be applied to a 50 watt amp. Yeah. That's kind of what this is. This is a pair of 6L6s. I don't know if I can turn it around. If the cable's long enough, I can show you. Probably not. I don't think my speaker cable's long enough, but let's see. See the 6L6s? 3 watts. I used to have to do that at NAMM shows all the time, prove to people what tubes I was using because they thought I was lying. Like on the Empire, that's not, those are EL34s. Like, no, they're 6V6s. So yeah, one of the things we'll probably end up doing is offering a retrofit. Retrofit to your amp if it's easy to work on. Some amps are not. Changing a power transformer can be a big deal. Definitely if it's a hand-wired amp, it's no problem. That's 3 watts, man. I'm telling you, like if I had my cabinet, which is not here, it's over. We're testing a little amp with it right now. That's why David Royer was calling me. me throw some pedals on it at 3 watts. Now, let me just preface this. If you have a guitar with a hot pickup in it, it's going to sound a lot dirtier than this. But that's my little cheap Klon imitation. Rat pedal from Josh. Yeah, this is the little cheap Klon, you know, from whatchamadoodle. What's the company called? I'm blanking on it. I think it sounds good as any Klon I've ever heard. But so you get the idea, man. So, you know, I have this amp still has a master voltage on it because we used an old chassis. It was a prototype chassis from a long time ago, like 14 years ago or something. And so I still have the master voltage. I don't think I'm going to leave it on there. I don't really need it, but I mean, I could technically turn this down. I think the tubes will shut off. That's less than 1 watt right there. You can see you start losing it though. You get down to a certain amount of voltage, the tubes die. So let's go back up to 20. Way too loud. Let me drop the gain back down on my interface here. I think it was set at 12. Yeah, there you go. We're back to 20 watts. Can't really tell the difference if you're decent with recording gear. The nice thing is, you know, at that low a power, let me tell you the ways. To me, that's just great humbucker sound, you know, like. Anyway, you get the idea. What is that? I'm almost playing a song. My sweet Lord. Something like that. Anyway, you know what I was going to get into there. Sorry. What's really important to understand is not only is it really convenient and useful and robust to play at different volumes and still have really good sound, also for a lot of you guys, it'll help save your marriage. If you have young children, they like you a lot more. But it saves the tubes. So not only is tube life dramatically extended, but your tube choice is widely opened. I have the cheapest poo-poo tubes in here right now I can find. These are the cheapest Chinese tubes available, and they sound great because I'm not slamming them with voltage and I'm flooding them with current, right? So, you know, the lullaby is tubes hate voltage, love current. Tubes hate voltage, love current. So I'm giving them what they want. They're not getting slammed with voltage, although I could. I mean, this transformer has the taps on it. There's 2 high-powered taps on here that we tried first. They both sound amazing. I think the lower of the 2 is more the train wreck spec. It sounds great. I mean, like, really good. So it could be a 3-way deal where it's going to be maybe 42, 43 watts, and then 20, and then 3. But 99% of the time, you don't need the high-powered thing, right? I imagine most guys that buy the amp will never use it, just for fun. Like, oh, here it is. Sounds good, right? When you get the same quality of sound at a lower volume, it has so many benefits. You know, A, your hearing. I don't know about you guys, but I'm 60 years old. I don't need to be blasting my ears anymore. Your ears become very sensitive as you get older. Easy now. Now, unless you're Scotty Bratcher, who's an unusually tough person ear-wise. But you also get a lot better choices of microphones you can use that sound great on a lower-powered amp. You know, Royer 121 will take all those decibels, but it sounds better at a lower thing. Same with like Neumann 47, 87, stuff like that. You would not put those mics right up next to a guitar amp. But at one of these low-powered ones, you would. KM86 sounds killer. Bayer, you know, Bayer ribbon mic. You know, Sennheiser 421 sounds great stuffed right down the throat of a speaker. It sounds better like this. So you get options, and you're not buying tubes all the time, and you're not forced to buy premium tubes. Wonder how Bonamassa's ears are doing. I would imagine. Well, I notice now he's got Soyuz mics are great. Basil, I've already noticed that Joe now is playing with plexiglass screens in front of his amps now. I don't know how old is Joe now. I don't know. Is he late 30s or something? But yeah, it changes over time. You know, there were a couple people I worked with that just had ears of stone, like they could take anything. He's 48 years old. Is he that old? Wow, it doesn't seem that old. Yeah, he's playing with, he's got in-ear monitors for sure, which could be baffling some of that noise, but he's playing with plexiglass in front of all of his amps now, so he's probably not getting hammered too hard on stage anymore. Steve Kirk, hey buddy, how are you? Good to see you. How you been? So yeah, for me, I can't take the high volume. It's fine for a few minutes, but I can't take it for extended periods of time right now. Even when I was testing this with the high-powered taps on the power transformer, we were both just like, oh, damn, this thing's loud. And I was through a 112 cabinet, right? Don't tell any more about KM86. It's killing us on the prices more. Yeah. KM86 are great. I won't say anything, Phil. That mic complements other mics really well. So like when Tom Sorowski and I cut all those impulse responses, whatever that was 8 years ago, we used that mic along with a bunch of others. And it pairs up really nicely with some other mics. Like a 421, or we put an RCA 44 about 6 feet out. And once you got the phase kind of correct, man, it sounded really good. Like, nice. Rob Price says, lately I've been using a 12-watt Tweed Vibrolux clone at rehearsals with the volume on 4. Yeah, it's low-powered amps are came 56, even better. Phil, I didn't know about that one. Son of a gun. But yeah, man, you don't have to play loud. And I don't know, for a lot of guys, like, the reason they're still playing loud is their amp doesn't do what they needed to do at low volume, right? So this one's doing it. I mean, I'm at 20 right now, but you heard it a few minutes ago on 3 watts, right? And man, you could play anything. Like here in LA, they do a lot of, I don't have a name for it yet, Steve. I'm open to suggestion if you have any ideas. But here in LA, and I think in a lot of other cities, there's a lot of low volume low-powered gigs. Coffee house kind of things or wine bars, grown-up stuff, right? And even when you're playing in big rock clubs anymore, like it's just not that loud on stage. The PA is doing everything. And so for those of you that have gigged, you know how much easier it is to sing. How it is to sing without guitar amps blasting behind you. Now, as a guitar player, I actually love the feeling of guitar amps blowing the back of my shirt, right? But singers don't. And on the rare occasion that I have to sing, I usually sing 3 or 4 songs with every band that I've been in, and that's usually just to give the singer a break. But when I have to sing, I actually agree with it. It's a lot easier if you don't have a guitar amp blowing right up your butt. So this gives you the best of both worlds. Like, so I don't know if you guys remember, like the genesis of 65 amps came from Sheryl Crow not wanting to yell over Peter's 50-watt Marshall and super reverb. So they went through all the things, man. Plexiglass in front of the amps, it wasn't good. Load boxes, it was okay. Soundman could make it work, but you're just beating the shit out of your amps when you do that. And we came up with the London, 18 watts, and it was perfect. And the amps sounded alive, they sounded natural, they're breathing, they're not being strangled by some artificial means. I can even put a little more bottom end in that. So I got a lot of current now. So when you're voicing an amp, right, people just go, oh, no, I just use these capacitors and these resistors. Well, that's part of it. That's a big part of it. Genesis is a good name. I think I might get sued for that one. I do like that name, though. I think Kia, Genesis Motors. I don't know. I'll see. I'll look up and see if there's any musical instruments named that. Thank you for that. No, but you can only ask an amp to do in the circuit what it can do based on its transformers. So if I want to create bottom end and I want to create certain sort of speed in the amplifier, that requires that the power transformer is delivering good electricity on demand and fast, high amounts of current and high amounts of voltage that I need. Now this is very low voltage, but it's still throwing a lot of current. And what's the lullaby? Tubes hate voltage, love current, right? So if you want to ask the amp to do things tonally, you got to make sure it's got the juice that it needs to do it. And if you don't, now you heard it on that last version of this transformer, it did not have the current that I wanted. I was sad that I had to pay for that. But that's the way it works, right? The lineman. I am a lineman for the county. Yeah. Those are good. You keep them coming. Revelation. Yeah, that is good. I don't mind that. I don't want to mix it up with some biblical reference, but... Let me just push. This is on the cleaner side. I'm just going to push it with the Klon just for a little bit. Yeah, man, I just got a cheap and easy pedal board here. There's not much on it. I have 2 dirt boxes now just because I'm playing around. El Rio Grande. I like that. El Jefe. dazzle. I don't think I can do that. But hear that attack in there? I'm muting, of course, right? That's the way 100 watt amps act. Because they have so much juice, right? Huge power transformers. Just to make that thump. Takes a lot of electricity. Anyway, I think we're there. I'm pretty happy. I need a little bit of voicing on it now because the transformer sounds a little different. But anyway, like I said earlier, I think I'm just going to shut it off for now. You guys get the idea, right? And we can talk for a while because I'm not going to see you for a month because of my darn eyes. Let me get some good headphone hair right there. Set this up. All right. Release one called The Christ. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. That would be funny, though. JHC. No, I mean, I'm not a particularly religious guy, but I don't want to insult anybody. I'm cool with all that stuff, man. All of it. Whatever your thing is cool with me. I do not care. So, anyway. Yeah, I have to have retina surgery on Tuesday. So, I don't know if you remember last time I had a gas bubble in this eye for 8 weeks. There's a word for that. It starts with F. Anyway, I had a gas bubble for 8 weeks. And I had to lay down for 5 weeks. Also starts with F. This one is a lesser tear. It's not as much. My eye doctor, who I really love, and he's really expert, he believes I have a good chance that we can use a 3-week gas bubble. And this because the tear on the detachment of the retina is a lot smaller than the other one. So, not that you guys give a damn about my health, but I'm just letting you know why it'll be a while. So I have to lay down during this time on my right side or face down. So, there's no way I could do a show. I mean, I maybe could do it with a phone, like sideways, like, hey, what's up, homies? You know what I mean? Like, that would be kind of awkward. Maybe I should do it just for fun. If I can, I'll try to do it. But as of now, I don't foresee I can't sit up. I get 5 minutes an hour to stretch and eat, you know. What's the word I'm looking for? Rhymes with duck. Anyway, so it's kind of the holiday season anyway, so I won't be missing a whole lot, I guess. But I just wanted to let you guys know. So next week, when you go, hey, where's Dan's show? If anybody says that on the fans page or whatever, please let them know. The good news for me is, like I said, there's no more eyes to fix. And I'll have just superhuman vision. So in this eye that I had the retina surgery on last year, a year ago this week, actually, believe it or not, these are timed exactly a year apart. Unplanned, of course, but that's the way it worked out. My vision is ridiculous. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate that, buddy. I think it's going to be good. My doctor's great. His success rate is insane. Like 98% kind of thing. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, so I'm going to have stupid vision already just out of this eye. Like when I'm driving, I can read license plates a half mile ahead on the road. Like, it's insane. So my other eye, which I've had cataract surgery on, not Rinkin, but cataract. Anyway, sorry, bad joke. Cadillac surgery, cataract surgery. So I have a new lens in there. And when I got this lens in, the doctor said, hey, guess what? You get the new lens. I said, oh, what's that? He goes, it's better than human vision. And it was until this other thing started happening. I'd see out of this eye, and I could see little tiny things from an incredible distance. It was insane. And then I noticed a couple of months ago that started going away. And I started getting a lot of floaters in my eye. Old guys know what floaters are. And then the floaters turned into like a sandstorm in the eye. So we went in and had a look, and it's not good news. But I'm very confident of a great outcome, and I'm really excited to address you guys with fixed eyes. It'll be done. There's only 2 eyes, right? So one of them's been completely redone. New retina stuff and a new lens. This one has a lens in it, but the retina has to be fixed. And when they do that, I don't know if you remember, when they fixed this retina, I was like, oh my God, you know, like everything's so bright. And I even got the lights turned down today because I went to the eye doctor this morning, and my pupils, you can still see my pupils are still blown. It's not because I've been smoking pot. I was commenting on all the colors are so bright. You mean the girls riding on top of the crowd? Yeah, baby. Floaters. Yeah, that's right. I like the way you think. Oh, the colors were really bright and vivid. And he goes, yeah, because your retina is better than it's been since you were 15, 16 years old. So apparently when you get to the late teen years, your retina starts to just fray a little bit. And you start stupid vision. You know, it's funny is I still need glasses for near, so this is hard to read. May the force be with you. Thank you, man. I think it's going to be all good. I don't want you guys to think I just ran off. I'm eager to finish this stuff and get it out on the market. Still finalizing money stuff with people, which has really been frustrating. A lot of it is because the economy is so unpredictable right now that a lot of investors have gone from saying, yeah, we're in, we'll do all this. Just for example, my partner Mark and I, at one point around April, we had almost $1 million lined up. Now, because of the uncertainty in the world, they are saying, you know, what we need is for you to get up and running, get a few sales, get some dealers going, and then we're in. You know, hey, Michael the Temple. Hey, I didn't realize that was you, man. What? Michael says, stupid vision. I've had that for years. Hey, buddy, how are you? Everybody, our good friend Michael the Temple is here. Always a pleasure to see you, man. Michael's one of the people in our business that I really look up to. And he's taught me more about guitars than I think I could have learned from anybody. And he probably hadn't shared 10% of it with me. Hey, Michael, check this out. Hold on a second. Since you're here. There we go. Hold on one second. I ran off with my headphones on. Are we back? Yeah, we're back, right? Michael and I are working on a project together. Check it out, Michael. All done. This is a very old piece of roasted maple. Here it's got notes that Michael is contributed to this project. We're building a Telecaster. And it's based off that 51 Telecaster that I shared with you guys. So we did a clone of that neck and used a contour gauge at every fret to get and there's a lot of idiosyncrasies in the neck, which I wasn't even aware of. And these guys got it. So you will see that coming up soon, but this is perfectly quarter sawn, if you guys know quarter sawn, what that means. Perfectly quarter sawn roasted maple. What doesn't sound like that? Now, you notice something missing here? What is not on this neck? Who can tell me? Can you guys hear me? Are you still there? Truss rod. Good job, Charles. This wood is so hard and so perfectly quarter sawn that there's no truss rod. And Michael builds, yeah, I think we just got a big lag here, sorry. Michael builds a lot of guitars with no truss rods. And you can only use certain kinds of wood for that. It has to be extremely hard, and it needs to be perfectly quarter sawn like that. So this will be the ringiest, sustainiest telly that there is. So I took that 51 telly, which is funny. I have a story about that telly you guys are going to get a kick out of. I took that telly over to Michael and a couple other people who are Telecaster, gurus. And I said, what is it about that guitar? Don't bring it to Houston. I'm sure it'll be fine. No, honestly, trust me, this wood, it's different kind of thing. Of course, it'll be fine in California, but I've had 2 non-truss rod guitars before, and they work great. I've never had a problem with them. One of the guys that made me my first no truss rod telly is Chris Fleming, and he helped with this. So if you guys know Chris Fleming, he was like the honcho at Fender's Custom Shop. So anyway, Drew Berlin, if you guys know vintage guitars, Drew Berlin's kind of the guy, right? Out here on the West Coast. Drew Berlin came over last night, and we took that guitar apart and figured out exactly what it was. It's kind of a mongrel, turns out. It's not a 51, it's a 52. The best we could decipher out of the neck pocket is it was made May 28th, 1952. And the bridge plate was 51. The pickups are 51. So more than likely what that was a guitar made at Fender's shop by one of the workers or something. And it had been refinished, but it was refinished at the shop. Fender originally started with a blast coat of paint, from what I learned, and then they went to regular spray paint, that you buff out, that sort of thing. So it had a little bit of both on there. The tuning keys, and it had flathead screws all the way around, which is 51, right? 52, they had Phillips head screws. So there were a lot of indicators that it was a 51. The bridge plate number was from 51. The flathead screws. The pickup was clearly like a broadcaster pickup. But turns out, at least the body, is from May of 52. Anyway, this neck that guitar was just ridiculous. I mean, it rang, you guys heard it, just rang forever. And so Michael DeTemple, I took it to Ron Ellis, I took it to Lance Lerman, and Chris Fleming got a look at it. And they all agreed it's the neck. The neck on that guitar is the reason it rings so good and sounds so great. So Michael said, if you can find a way to copy that neck, I'll give you the wood. And he has a bunch of wood that he said he bought. I think, Michael, if you're still here, I know Mike doesn't feel great today, so he might have jumped off. But frets, that's right. You need frets, buddy. I can bring it over. I just didn't want to bug you because I know you weren't feeling good. I can come over later today if you want. We'll talk. Anyway, because I'm going under the knife on Tuesday. And I'll be out of the game for 3 weeks. And I thought you and I were going to do the frets together. You're going to, but anyway, we'll talk about it. Michael said he bought some roasted maple in 1992 that's perfectly quarter sawn. I mean, ridiculously. You can see the grain just goes straight down the neck, right? And Oh, that's fine, Mike. No problem. Um, yeah, I'm going to be gone for. I'll be down for about 3 weeks, which is totally fine. Don't worry about it. I'd like to do it together if we could. If that's okay. Um, but anyway, we'll talk about it. I'm sorry. Public's not the best place to talk about it. Anyway, he said I'll donate the wood and then we'll do the fretwork and we'll fret it together. And he's going to put on his fossilized mastodon ivory nut. Michael, I want to ask you about the tuning keys. I know you use some pretty lightweight special tuning keys on your guitars. So maybe we talk about that. Otherwise, I put some regular old Grovers on it. And then I don't think the body's going to be ready anyway for a little while, so it might time out pretty good. So anyway, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I think we're going to make this monster telly, and the people that have helped me with it, I can't believe. I can't believe how lucky I am. Michael, who Drew. Oh, by the way, last night, Michael, I was over here. Drew Berlin was over here last night, and we both agreed you're like the telly dude in LA. I told him that that 51 telly, which now we know is 52. I took it to you, and Drew immediately went, "Oh, Michael's the best." And I went, "Yeah, I know. He's incredible." So if you guys need anything done in Southern Cal, you can ship your guitar too, Michael. He's, when you go to sushi and you just say to the chef omakase because you want him to just give you his best. That's kind of what I do with Michael now. He goes, "What do you?" I tell him, "Well, I'm feeling this," and tell him, "I goes, what do you want me to do?" And I'm like, "You do whatever you want, omakase, do it." Fossilized mastodon nut. Yeah, sounds like a bad porno. Playing Scandinavian hard rock covers only. With the Cookie Monster voice. My parents didn't pay no attention to me. That song, I know. I love that song. So anyway, it's going to be fun. We got delayed here a little bit. Michael's not feeling good right now, and I'm going to be incommunicado for a few weeks again. However, you know what I noticed when I had my eyes done the last time, my retina, suddenly I could see like the wrinkles on everyone's face. Like when I go to coffee with a friend or something, I'm sitting there just going, "Hey man, like, what are you staring at?" Nothing. Like, this is weird. Like, you look kind of... I could see all this detail that I couldn't see before. You're doing really good now. Excellent. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. That's good, man. I'm glad it all went perfectly. So anyway, so you don't want me to bring this by. I'll just sit on it for a while. That's fine. No big deal. I can drive until Monday if you change your mind. Tuesday morning, I'm going down to the hospital, and they're going to cut old Danny open. What is this? No need to keep you this week. Happy Christmas. Oh, thanks, man. I looked for you on the other side, and you sold a couple of weeks ago. Oh, right. Yeah, you said a couple weeks ago. Sorry, I need my glasses on to read near stuff. Yeah, thanks. I'm confident it's going to be fine. It's just, I've been exercising. I've been doing all these things, trying to get healthy, and now I have to sit still for a month. Even today, he's like, no more. Don't do anything other than walking. But anyway, yeah, so that's right. What I need to get off before we leave is Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy Christmas if you're in Britain. I wish everybody all the best, and I'll probably see you right after the new year. So, the world's upside down right now. So many things are upside down. And here's hoping that 2026, we turn a corner on all of the craziness that's going on right now. And you can fill in the blank there. I'm not going to get in. Thank you, Martin. Hey, good to see you, buddy. All right, Mark Stoddard. Hey, good to see you, buddy. You got a good telly from Jim Lombard. Excellent. Yeah, man. Sounds great. Looks killer. So I'm not going to get into politics or any of that stuff, but you guys know what in the hell's going on. Whether you're left, right, or center, you're not happy. No one's happy right now. So we need to get happy again, and I'm going to try to work towards that. I always have a pretty positive attitude no matter what. Politicians are temporary. And thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you, too. Politicians are temporary, and I think it was Socrates or was it Plato that wrote, what did he say? Fuck that shit. It's one of their lesser known writings. And I don't like to cuss much on the show, but that particular subject, fuck that shit. Let's go on, be happy. Let's get back to being Americans. Let's get back to being rock and rollers. And 2026 is hopefully that year, right? We're gonna all jointly make an effort to improve things, and I'm excited about that. And I probably won't get to talk to you about that until January of 2026. So anyway, I gotta run. Do you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk about before I split? Yeah, Michael, what? Is there anything wrong in the world? I don't know. Nothing is. I know we got a big lag here. I put a lag on the show too because people like to jump in and say rude. It's always politics. Like somebody will put a comment. You guys don't see it. I see it and then smoke it. I just don't blink when it happens. That's why I quit doing the show a few years ago. People just wanted to come and argue about politics and call each other names, which I'm not cool with. That's not my thing. It's not what I do. Hating other Americans is not patriotic. It is not cool. You can disagree, which I disagree with a lot of Americans, but I'm not gonna. What is that? Supermoon tonight. Oh, that's right. Supermoon. Look outside. It's gonna be this big. They used to call it a blood moon, I think, but it's gonna be enormous and red. So, ooh, if you're superstitious, say your rosary tonight. But yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it here for a minute. If there's any questions or comments you guys want to make, I do have a delay, so I'll wait for the delay. I put it on, like I said, because, man, what was it? 2020 election? I just quit doing the show. Like, it was just nonstop people yelling at each other, saying really, really inappropriate, rude things that I'm not cool with. Do you think you're going to do NAMM? I will not be displaying at NAMM. I might go there as a guest if I feel up to it. I'll be just getting off of quarantine from my eye surgery at that point. NAMM's strenuous. And I'll probably, after laying down for 3 weeks, probably not have a whole lot of energy. I did it last year after my last surgery, and it kicked me right in the rear end. It was really hard. I went with Mark Guillen, the guy that I'm working with, to get the company resurrected. And oh my gosh, everybody was so nice. And oh yeah, if you're making, we're buying, that sort of thing. But I got to get enough money going now to, get a shop and buy some parts and get rolling. And we were on a path to do that until the tariffs kicked in, which late March, I think, is when the tariffs kicked in. And then the floor fell out for me personally after that. So it'll recover. It's just been a little bit of a slog of a year. Charles Freeborn, numb in all caps. What do you mean, buddy? You're numb to the world right now? That's probably good policy. Hey, Randy Kreth, how are you, buddy? Hope you're well. I'm still one-eyed palsy, not your kind of tough endurance. I don't know, man. I think you're tough. Well, you and I are going to both be eye patients here shortly. I don't know how long you've been on, but I have another detached retina. That's the only one left. That's the good news. You can only have 2 detached retinas. Otherwise, you have a third eye. So my other eye needs to be repaired. And it's not as bad as last year, so I should be down for 3 weeks instead of 8 weeks this time. Fingers crossed, I could get in there and it's a different story. Oh, NAMM equals numb. I got you, Charles. Thanks. Sorry. it's sometimes hard to keep up when you're trying to coordinate everything that's going on here. And I'm special. So anyway, are you feeling any better at all, Randy? Are you improving at all? You seeing any kind of movement in the right direction? I sure hope so. Anyway, I'll be laying down on my right side for 3 weeks, so I can voice text on Facebook, or we can talk on the phone, or you guys can call me on. A lot of guys actually call me on Facebook. You know, Facebook Messenger. You can have a voice call, and you can do a video call. So I just had a video call with our buddy Arne Hast in Norway, one of the biggest dealers 65 ever had. We're still friends, and we talk on the Facebook over there at your Facebook Messenger. We talk on there. It's really good. So don't be shy. Reach out. Randy says, I had a retina tear, but not the detachment. Yeah, I know. I've had tears before that they fix with the laser. This one, it's detaching. The picture didn't look really good. But it's like I said, it's not near as bad as the one literally a year ago this week is when I had my last surgery. So, Merry Christmas to me. I'll be laying on the sofa on my right side watching my kids and wife do Christmas while I'm like, hi. So, fingers crossed, yeah. But like I said, I should have superhuman vision by the time, because I have superhuman vision in this eye now. I mean, it's crazy. I feel like I'm cheating. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate that. I'm not fishing for sympathy and attention now. I'm sorry if it sounds like that. I'm just it's on my mind because I just got told this morning my eye appointment was at 7:30 this morning. And he's like, well, I got good news and I got bad news. Bad news is your retina is detaching. Good news is I can fix it on Tuesday. Okay, let's do it. It's all laser now. They're like taking a scalpel and cutting open your eye. And the last one went really well. I think there was a moment. Yeah, there's a lot of drugs. I think I had a moment there where I got kind of like, I got to get out of this thing, you know. So they have to keep you where you can open your eyes. Your eyes don't roll back in your head. So fingers crossed on that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and run unless you guys have any other comments or questions. Like I said, I'll be around. It is a blessing that we caught it early. Thanks, Martin. Yeah, he did say, like, if you didn't come in for your regular thing, if you would have skipped this, we might have had an emergency surgery in probably a couple weeks. And those are the bad ones, you know, where you're in the hospital for 8 weeks and, you know, laying face down on one of those crazy massage table looking beds for 2 months. Do not want that, like a full detachment, you know. I've got a partial right now. I look like about 20%, maybe 25%. When it gets to a fully detached retina, that's when you have the bad news, man. It turns into Scheisse. It's a German word. I don't know how to translate that, Scheisse. But anyway, what do you guys want for Christmas? And then I'm going to split. Danta. Anyway, I do got to go. I got an appointment working on the other prototype this afternoon. So give me a call. Give me a yell. I love you guys. Thanks for spending your time with me. I know you got important things to do in your life, and it's nice that you hang out with me for a little while. I will be in touch on Facebook. I will be commenting on things, and I can answer questions. You want me healthy? Thank you, Randy, man. You're the nicest dude in the world. That's really great. You and me both, and my wife too, and my kids, I hope. So anyway, kind of a heavy subject, isn't it? Anyway, I wish you all the best over the holidays for you and your families. I will be in touch. I can still communicate. I just can't sit up. I have to lay down for weeks. So that'll be neat. Sore back says, what? But anyway, off to new adventures. I'll see you in 2026. I love you guys. And to be continued, I promise. Take care, fellas, and we'll see you soon.